slow to get God. From the godless, the prophets. The whole world in palms till God dropped it. The Jobs were the jobless. The God is what God is even when God isn't. Even when God is, has, or was teaching the whole life's to struggle because God is in the blood. He say, I guess I ain't found God, huh? I dug and cut. Not that I thought him closer there, but rather hoped he'd get the fuck. I get God better godless. Atheists be too smart for this, too hip to the truth of where my ribs is crooked. I see God where the crooks is, where all the hurt is. I see God in all the worst of us, cause God be there on purpose, child. I think God be a shitty father, sometimes a shitty artist. I think God be in the worst of us, and that, to me, is the hardest. If so, then what's left for me, God? Is all God's got left? God? I am? Obey God? But what do I have to say to slay God? To say God? Why make fireballs out of clay, God? Why make men break and fade, God? Why we get all in God for? All gone for, all eat fruit, spit seed in Babylon for, we'll get word to God for, that if God's word then I'm censor, sense begotten by the sinner recanted without apology. We reckon God's the reckoning, but honestly, he's honesty. Honestly, I be God on my worst days. I be heaven sent to tear the sky asunder. I be speak life into the ether, but most days I feel like thunder. All talk and smite the listener. I guess I'm nothing but my father. How we claim descent from stars when we know nothing about our father. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kosi. I've been with the DCU Slam team for 3 years. I feel like we need some feminine energy, so I'm gonna bring up my homie Lauren. Is that cool with y'all?
Oh,
yeah. Go, please. Lauren's also a poet on the DCU Slam team. I'm on the poet of the DCU Slam team. What's up, y'all? How you doing? As you can see, we're really excited. We're past our bedtime, you know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah. Oh, it's on now. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited to hear the rest of our set. Who we got up next, Holmes?
I don't know who we got up next.
I think, we got something. We should kill him real quick. So they not ready? Okay. Okay, so I think we're going to introduce my homegirl, Hannah. What's up, Hannah? Welcome to the stage, y'all.
Hey, that's my man, though.
We love you, Hannah!
Gotta be flexing though.
I want to be the string that wraps around your tongue and rips out all of your ignorant whispers, and I want to be the paper shredder who destroys all the poems we ever wrote together with lines like, and this is not just an ordinary garden, but a garden of dreams where faith and love intertwine like grapevines, and the truth is upon us whose dreams become reality, and my body slips away from the forces of gravity, and I remember that you are all I need, so I want to be the brave girl who's strong enough to throw poems with lines like that away. I want to be the watch with no recollection of time because I just can't seem to let you go, no matter how long it's been. So I'd rather be the alarm clock with no snooze button, so I'm forced to wake from every dream I ever had about you to remind myself that reality is so much more valuable than fantasy. I want to be the beer bottle that turns your smile into just a faded memory, and the champagne bottle to toast to many more years without you. I want to be me. The me before I ever met you type me. So not that me and you type me, but the just me type me. I wasn't concerned with the me that you wanted me to be. I want to be the net that can catch all the butterflies in my stomach every time I hear your name mentioned. So I can capture them, release them, and reverse them all back into innocent cocoons who didn't even know how to pronounce your last name correctly. And by the end of this piece, I want to be able to take every kiss you ever gave me and put it out on the sidewalk for the garbage man I never was. And then I will reduce, reuse, recycle my Cinderella glasses for once upon a heartache into the fairy tale we never were. I want to be the sun after the rainstorm so I never forget to outshine you. The biggest eclipse you've ever seen to overshadow your moonlit ego. And the only star we never named so I never have to be called yours. I want to be the only herb you've never smoked so you can't inhale my future and exhale my past. The only song we'd never danced to so I could twirl right out of your life, and the only mug of hot boiling water which never turned into a dark and dusty brown when you tried to put your tea bag inside of me, but rather just remain transparent. I want to be the girl you always wish you had but could never get. The girl who doesn't care about you, the girl who gave you scars on your heart when you fell for her, and I want to be the hello that I still want to tell you, and the goodbye that you never got to hear, and for this to be the last moment, the last poem, the last page in our chapter meant for Wednesday's trash. No, meant for today's trash. My story was never meant to be dedicated to you, and I think I hear the garbage man coming. Ready to collect my past memories of you. You are all I need, so maybe I'll just wait till Wednesday.
Check. All right. Just consider this my obituary. Just consider this death of another revolutionary. Envision Malcolm X'd out of this existence and checked into the next one. Envision King's dream deferred at that balcony. Now imagine me, even younger, and just as idealistic. I guess you could consider this my suicide note. I knew what I was signing up for a long time ago. I made a covenant with the ancestors to never let their sacrifice go in vain. However, sometimes, believe me, bearing the weight of their blood can take a toll on my own soul. Do not misconstrue this so-called demagogue for a demigod. I am just as human as you. I sometimes fear this path I walk on too, but I was told that I, as a youth, must carry on this revolution. And if I thought I was too young to die, I was good as dead already. I was convinced that if I ain't stand for this, I would fall straight into my grave, because this isn't some conflict seemingly world away. It affects me directly every single day. My mother worries for me, and I know she prays, but mama, do not fear. Your son was born a child soldier in a war that he did not start, but he'll be damned if he lets them finish us. So just consider this my application into this rebel army, because I knew what I was signing up for a long time ago. They will say my words of venom, generated from hatred, but the war I wage is likened to that of a lover. My objective, to uncover my scars to my lover in an effort to reveal to them their own flaws, for they gave me them. The most abusive relationship known to our kind is that of this country with her minorities. You would think there was no more love here, and it shouldn't be any more love here. But contrary to popular belief, America, I still love you, America. I still love you, America. I still love you, America. I hate you, and he will say, nigga, did you ever think I would change? Nigga, I am frozen in time, nigga. I still hate you. Like I hated Garvey, like I hated Elijah, like I hated Noble Drew Ali, ex-Kings, Hampton, Newton, Sale, nigga. You looking an awful lot like Lil Bobby Hutton right now. And your peers more like Emmett Till. Don't play with me, boy. I earned my stripes long before you were born, red with the stains of their blood. So you can just consider these divorce papers as if we were married in the first place. I never loved you in the first place. In fact, I could kill you right now if I wanted to, and I will say no. Somebody has to carry on this revolution, and there you're forgetting that even Rome fell. So don't go thinking your foundation is made of stone. A storm is right around the corner, so y'all, just consider this playing Russian roulette with somebody who's known to keep a 9 in their back pocket, and just consider my fight revolutionary suicide, because I feel we have nothing to lose by chains, the whole world to gain, only two sides, God or Satan. Choose or die. Peace.
I've developed a habit of jogging every morning, displacing dirt as if repositioning the earth will make up for the day I forget and fall. I will fall because I will forget to lace up my Reeboks, pull the drawstrings on my Adidas pants, forget what the ground tastes like, that depression strikes fast when your face is in the dirt, forget that I could be as sad as my mother one day. It's just her and her kids, and her car, and her job, and her house, not a home, because her home does not exist in this country, so it's just her, and her kids, and her car, and her job, her house, cold stairs, half-packed suitcases, and a fear of tomorrow, because when depression makes a home out of your ribcage, a refrigerator from your flesh and bones, you find yourself tearing the tomorrows out of your lungs, because sometimes suffocation feels better than harboring such sadness within you. And mother, I wish that I could help you breathe right again, but I've been having trouble of my own lately, and besides, no one looks to their devilish daughters for saving anymore, so I won't blame you when you pack up your suitcases the rest of the way and head home and leave me, because me, I've been so focused on running for my life on these morning jogs that I didn't realize that you'd fallen on yours, and me, I spent so much time kicking dirt in your eyes that I forgot that heaven lies at your feet. But Mama, I noticed when you lean on the countertops praying for a ribcage that is more heart than home, and I swear I would give you mine, but it's occupied by dirt and depression and guilt, cold stares, half-packed suitcases, and I fear that tomorrow I will wake up and see your reflection in my mirror. I'm not ready to face the face of the woman you once wore before the years turned you bitter, before a man turned you bitter, before I turned you bitter, before the darkness in your skeleton and the pressure on your shoulder blades bent your back. And mother, I wish I could help you stand straight again, but I've been feeling down myself lately. And besides, it's raining. Droplets of water falling from a cluster of clouds positioned right above our heads. Do you feel it, Mama? It's raining. You know they say it's all sunshine and rainbows and good posture after hurricanes and tornadoes and curved spines, so we're either in hell or we're in for a hell of a skyline, because it's been raining for years. I hope it stops soon, because it feels less like the angels are crying and more like the devil is dropping tears of joy on my head. It feels less like the angels are crying, more like the devil is dropping tears of joy on my head, mixing in with the depression running through my veins. I always thought that I could run faster. I can taste the failure line in the grains of the ground. I always thought that I could run faster. My face is in the mud and depression is striking fast. I always thought that I could run faster. I've been feeling sad as my mother these days. Depression runs in my family. And I always thought that I could run faster, but in the midst of cold stares, half-packed suitcases of fear of tomorrow, misused rib cages, unfamiliar faces, this rain, and my mother, I guess I thought wrong. Thank you.
It's ignorant. These dudes nowadays think that they gave a rib so that that rib could just hurt ribs or make ribs for Thanksgiving. Ladies, please accept my thanks. Given the fact that you have written an entire textbook only to have your name written in fine print on the inside of the back cover. You have this wonderful, beautiful body and this long, extravagant dress, but you only judge by what the back covers. This is an homage to my rib, and I'm envious. Amazed at the mental and physical strength today's women need. Amazed at the babies and the lives you conceive. Amazed at your qualities. Amazed that you're not afraid to break the silence. Amazed at your balance. See, I was in the doctor's office with you when they diagnosed you with a severe case of humility. They said that you had the ability to vividly and critically compliment yourself. You don't need nobody else. But on this balance beam in your mind, you can hear the crowd holding their sides because you just gave the world a surprise that made Helen Keller open her eyes that you'll still not recognize. But even though on this balance beam in your mind, you didn't jump, flipped, and stuck the landing, well, I didn't turn, tripped, and grabbed oxygen with my hand and fell. See, you knew I would fall. When you called me with that wink out of your peripheral, you knew I would fall. Got my face changing colors like leaves in autumn or fall. And got me watching in amazement like Canadians at Niagara Falls. This is an homage to my rib. Fellas, I'm not saying chivalry is dead, but when's the last time you looked at a girl and didn't think about her giving you head? When's the last time you stayed faithful to a girl to the day that y'all wed? When's the last time you loved her for a voice and not the noise that she made in your bed? This is an homage to my rib. Ladies, you deserve it. You deserve to be heard. You deserve a respectful man that listens to your, and adheres to your every word. Ladies, believe them when they say that your body's a temple. Because I know girls that had their hymen pop before they first pimple. This is an homage to my rib. Ladies, You deserve it. And all the you happens in today's society, they can get a middle finger right up they sexist assholes. This is an homage to my rib. Because even where I'm from, when it's spelled out, all a man is supposed to do is relieve a woman of her woes. Like,
labeled as the enemy in this Western script is the same author, the one who fought those that raised the fist, the one who taught that the pigment equals ignorance, the one whose wish is for me to be a slave, just like a convict, but in this non-fiction we live in, I got a conflict. You see, times are different than when my grandmother was a little kid. Segregation's not legal anymore, but the suppression, it still exists. The suppression is stop and frisk. The suppression is gentrification, babies having babies. The suppression is perpetuated through fashion statements and most of all the taste for monetary creations. The suppression causes me to question, where is tranquility's location in this capitalist equation? Where can I find my elation in this Western civilization? Is it the temptations of lust, greed, and vanity? Must I surrender to BET to solidify my identity as a young black man in this psychotic society? I pray to Marcus Garvey and to my ancestry, who I've been taught to reject. But I've been blessed by Malcolm X to project the revolution throughout all of the projects. You see, I'm on a quest to become a black nationalist, but I'm stuck in modern day Babylon. No, I'm stuck in modern day Rome, Babylon. I just want to go home. I need a permanent vacation. And so they do ask me, where does that brother find his elation in this Western civilization? My happiness is not the property, but I pursue the liberation. This liberation starts with self-knowledge. It's unified and honest. This liberation is cooperative in its economics. But spiritual elevation is distasteful to the masses of my generation. So this liberation, it seems to be an abstract topic, but I won't stop it. Until Kwame Ture gets his props, I won't stop. Until we eradicate every single crooked cop. I won't stop. I won't stop. I just won't stop. I'ma keep using the rhyme and the beatbox to kickstart the revolution and make Uncle Sam knees knock. You see, the reason why I do this is because I'm a young brother who knows what's what, and I take what I want. Because I just don't give a fuck. Ja Rastafari.
Instead, she still fails miserably. I know a girl who tries her best to smile, who laughs randomly in spite of the pile of pain that came from every direction, igniting her depression, evil thoughts filling her head. She could turn to anger, but instead, she turned to some things that she hoped nobody would know, but I know everything. I know a girl who was so intertwined with her misery, she found herself in a bottomless pit of it. She wallowed in morbidity, she swam in desolation, almost drowned in sorrow, till she would swallow gulps of that burning liquid gold, that sour brew that seared her windpipes until her rumbling tummy was full, like my parents' gas tanks never are. She hoped it would numb her tired little body. She hoped she'd escape her life for a moment, yet all she did was talk in cursive and stumble. She only woke up feeling worse than she did before, and so she drank some more. I know a girl who would never find peace, so she pieces together what little she has and comes up with a plan in hopes that this drug will lift her mood. See, she inhales and holds that potent vapor and holds it until her lungs are screaming for air. She chokes and gags because she's suffocating herself with the fumes, listening to her favorite music that carry her away with their tunes. I know a girl who can never find peace. I know a girl who would... Come on. So she will continue to ride this trippy roller coaster until she smokes and chokes her miserable life away. She will continue to chase this trippy train until misery stops driving her insane. I know a girl who knows her pain will only return again, so she smokes end on end and is taking up drinking yet again. See, it was all terrible until something made it worse. Her poor heart was so torn she found an escape in lust. I know a 50-year-old girl who felt sex was a must. She would sneak out tiptoeing in darkness, dark in the dark, riding, staring, wishing in her pain, waiting for night's highlight so she can fly in her plane. Her transportation transported her to another place, and her friends, see, her friends know she smoked end on end, and they began to strip her of her clothes and her dignity. Her thoughts were clouded like the windows of the car. Her protests were soothed. She thought, forget it, why not? I know a girl who's had her insides ravaged, her treasures snatched. Their hands were like her pain all over, except it didn't drive her insane. She loved it. So she salvaged what left of herself she had, gathered a bundle, and would give it to the guy of the moment who treated her special, spewing out sharp lies that didn't cut, so after he had cut her roses, and after throwing away those roses that she so carelessly picked, that same old girl got tired of it, smoking and drinking and sectional, as she called it, living. Everybody knows what she hoped no one knew, and with this judgmental world, they never saw her point of view. So while other people judge our comfort, I'm her pen and her paper, and I know everything.